Hey, yeah, bang. Bang. Hey, yeah. Oh, will you tell them to hop up? Let them know.
We should have put some more in the scene. Talking Normies. You know, I was always under the impression that no sex
Hey.
right now, but they can hear it.
I'm sorry, guys. Hold on. I got a call. Hey, what's up, Marquetta? You're live on the podcast. How's it going?
It's going great. How are you?
Pretty good. Can everybody say hi to Marquetta real quick?
Hi, Marquetta. Wait, can she hear us?
What? What's up?
Oh my god!
Oh my god! We're gonna start doing prank calls. All right, caller number one is Marquetta Ruzicova. Quick question: you just got back from Mexico. Will you please let me know what one of your favorite parts about being in Mexico, aside from hanging out with your smoking hot hubby, was?
Haba.
Unlimited food.
Yo,
Unlimited food.
You
That's
guys
a
did
win.
the all inclusive?
Yeah.
Man, I need that.
Yeah.
I need that experience
Same.
in my life,
Bro,
dude.
let's
I'm never experienced this.
Oh well, I'll tell you the ups and downs of it. Kochka, thank you. Alaska, pekni vlasi.
Is it it?
Yeah, I just want to make sure I can still call people and do prank calls in one of the future shows coming up.
Okay. Hey, no, I was just telling Eleanor that every time someone calls me, it rings for maybe twice, and then you guys hang up, and then you are telling everyone that I never pick up the phone, which is not true.
Hey, Marquetta, real quick, which room of the house are you in?
I'm not going to hang this up for you. Why don't you hang it up for me?
Are you by the closet? I need you to hang this up for. No!
Oh Lord!
Oh, that's funny. You guys are
All right, Chris.
dare
All
Are we
inclusive.
hot live
Worth
right
it or no?
All right,
we are live,
We
yes.
are live. We are live. What's up, everybody?
What
if
up,
you're
Chad?
wondering
Tell
where
us-
your boy been and how come I came back with this sexy ass motherfucking tan, one, I was born with it. Two, I was in Mexico.
Where were you? What was the resort? Is it worth it?
You must know.
Okay, so
pitfalls.
we can catch up is where we're at now.
Hello.
I'm Chris Johnson. This is Dameron Smith. This is
Hi.
Spidey, last name redacted, and that is Mickey Verdi over there. I didn't mean to hit you, Dameron. So yeah, I haven't been here because I was in Mexico, and it was my first time going to Mexico. Did not like going to the resort because it feels like I wasn't in Mexico. I just went to a fucking resort and we didn't do any Mexican shit. I wanted to, but we didn't. The resort was Dreams at Ventura. It was by Playa del Carmen, about 20 minutes south of there. Super nice. Yucatan Peninsula is nice. The water was fucking beautiful. The resort was cool because of the food, but here's the thing, and y'all know, over on the Normies, we like to drink a little bit. We try to keep it in pocket, but I was like, bet, I'm getting these resort drinks. My friends, I went for a friend's wedding, and the wedding was beautiful, and there was so much emotions, and they had all their kids with them, and they were such a beautiful family, and that part hit emotionally. My only actual complaint is, didn't feel like I was in Mexico, and the drinks. Bro, I probably banged 10 tequila shots and was like, why am I still sober? I probably had 5 margaritas like on day one. I was like, I'm taking it easy because after Normie kind of drank a little too much. I was like, I'm trying to be easy, trying to be chill. Like I don't want to hurt my liver. And then I was like, I'll get we got a margarita. And I was like, okay. And I waited a bit and I was like, I'll get another margarita. And then I was like, still nothing. Okay, I'll get another margarita. And just chasing, I was like, I'm feeling nothing. And then I look around the all-inclusive resort and I see how people are drinking and no one's assed out. No one's passed out or anything like that. I'm like, oh shit, these drinks ain't shit. So then my friends were like, well, just get the shots. The shots are all doubles and still nothing. By the end of the night on the wedding, I had a small buzz and I was like, okay, that's pretty good. And then the next day we found the preferred pool because we had a preferred room.
Yeah.
And I went there and I got a mojito and I was like, oh, this mojito's actually good. Yeah, we got this is when we did get a little buzz, and I decided to get I got a Johnny Walker Black on the rocks.
So,
and I was like, let me taste that.
Okay.
And hit it, and I was like, this is still cut with water. You can tell.
So here's a little tip I learned, and I don't know if this is true or myth or if it's true for all resorts. But I heard if you want to get the good liquor and not have them water it down, the first drink, whoever brings you tip them a 5.
Yeah.
And then they're like, okay,
The economy's changed because when I was leaving, they told me it should be a 10.
Oh, well,
Yeah,
okay.
that's fine
with,
until late.
accurate.
Yeah.
With inflation, but you tip them fat the first time, and then you don't have to keep giving them 5s and 10s. You can give them like dollar bills after that. But well, with inflation, maybe $2.
Yeah.
You didn't do no dangerous shit though. You
But
didn't,
but you know,
just go out
if you
and-
tip them fat off the bat, then they're gonna be like, all right.
Oh,
Did
that's
you
the
leave
other thing
resort?
too.
Go find random tequila from someone's backyard.
See, I kind of wanted to do that, but Mexico right now has this whole like, oh, they're kidnapping people thing, and we're like, all right, we're gonna be cool. We're just gonna be
Really?
at the resort. Yeah,
I'm not aware of this.
Are you
Is it
for real?
related to the cartels?
It's always related. To
But I mean,
It's
that's
always
just
related to the
constant.
cartel.
though.
But
it's
like
Mexico.
it just they had a couple of kidnappings like recent. Like there's been some
Really?
semi-recent shit. So
That's
when we
interesting.
It's
the
a- it's a
airport,
busy quarter.
yes, but not where you were though.
So
I know the couple you're talking about, but that
Yeah.
wasn't anywhere near where you guys.
Mexico seems concerned because the airport's in Cancun, but the place we went was about an hour south of Cancun.
I know what you're talking about.
We
that
had to
couple.
drive through 3 different crazy like police points, like with the fucking spikes, so that if you roll backwards, it pops the tire.
Yeah.
And I was like, okay, well, I mean, this feels safe, but also it's like having a bomb sniffing dog on your airplane. It tells me that while this might be
concerned.
safe, there is an active deal. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Yeah.
I was like, that's a lot. Also, TSA touched my dick a whole bunch,
Wow.
but that's just kind of
That's-
so.
I guess that's
Get your
TSA.
fill, TSA.
We
Am I
thought
right?
we thought we
not?
would go out and
Why
like
not?
wall out, and they had like a bunch of adventures to do. There was like snorkeling and shit like that, but we got there on Wednesday.
Eleanor's in chat.
Hey, we
What's
got there
up,
on
Ellie?
Wednesday. We did the wedding on Thursday. We hung out with all of our friends on Friday, and then it was West Side. A bunch of
Were
West Side
there-
motherfuckers were out.
Were there merchants on the beach selling hats and stuff? But,
No, sir, because this is a private beach.
Oh, okay.
Got Brock there,
Because
right?
when we were in Cabo, that's like you see a lot of like you know
Brock there?
they're selling like hats and like scarves and like little knickknacks, but really they're selling weed and coke. That's really
Oh yeah,
that's really what they're there for.
That's like
Nice.
so I was in Mexico City, and that was the plan basically. If you went to a crowded public space,
Yeah.
there were always
Oh,
guys,
they'll come to you. They're like, that guy looks American.
Yeah, there were always guys seemingly selling like Mickey Mouse bags and things like that. But no, they were selling weed.
See, that's
Really?
what I wanted.
Yeah.
I wanted real Mexico.
Yeah.
And
Yeah,
shitty
yeah.
weed, dude.
Oh, yeah,
no,
that is
you don't miss
perfect.
anything. They
No.
give you like the nah, dude.
No.
That is great.
'Cause I-
That's what I want. I want the danger again.
Because I did. I was in
I
Cabo,
didn't feel
and I
in
wanted to
danger.
feel dangerous, so I made a little weed deal on the beach, and it was the worst weed I've ever.
You could just buy weed on the beach in Florida.
seen in
It's
my
true,
life.
and it'd be better.
Yeah,
It'd be a lot
but
better.
like I'm international.
One of my buddies was like, I'm bringing my
There's a level
fentanyl
of-
testing
there's
kit,
an
so I'm gonna do
element
so
of-
much coke, and then no one
my
did anything.
God.
Yeah, no, that's
Wow.
not.
Wow.
That's
Why do you
not,
already have that on deck?
yeah,
Well, because
Where do you
need the
get a
fentanyl.
That's not the vibe.
testing kit?
That's not the vibe.
I'm
I
just
have
telling you.
watched Euphoria.
Right.
I've seen these things happen.
I have not. Like, is it in Walker?
Speaking of Euphoria, I think I might watch Euphoria solo and maybe do some videos on it because I edited that one episode, and
It's a lot.
People said I should, but it was like the episode. It was the Rue
Yeah,
intervention.
Yeah. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Standing still like a hummingbird.
That's a good one.
So I went to a Run the Jewels concert.
Oh shit!
Up in
Nice.
Chicago.
Sick.
Dameron actually put me on Run the Jewels, which is tight.
Hey.
And then
Dang.
Didn't
also,
realize that.
my other life update is this. A couple of nights ago, I got a phone call from my friend. I'm going to use his first name. I'm going to redact his last name, but Dameron knows exactly who I'm talking about.
Okay.
Tyler
Oh yeah.
calls me,
Hey Tyler.
and we hadn't been on the phone in a while, and I was like, hey, what's up, man? He goes, nothing. And Dameron, he goes, there's something I just want to get off my chest real quick.
So he calls you out of nowhere, and just to get something off of his.
Yeah,
this is
and I mean, like, we
yeah.
talk like maybe like once a month or so.
Yeah,
And I was
okay.
like, all right, well,
Sounds
and he
Has
goes,
Dameron heard this yet?
he has not heard it. And I love it because Dameron knows both of these people. Dameron, he goes, you won't believe who I've been hanging out with lately. And I go, oh, boy.
Wait, where is he?
Tyler? Well, he lives with
Oh,
me,
never
right?
mind.
Yeah, yeah. So Tyler goes, you won't believe who I've been hanging out with lately. He says that, and I already know.
Oh god.
Because they're both on the west side. They both have kids. They be at each other's soccer games
yeah.
occasionally. And I go, oh, my fucking God. You're hanging out with my fucking ex-fiance? And he's like,
No, really?
he's like, yeah, bro. He's like, I just... Mind you, she's my, like, 20... We broke up in 2011, all right? So, all right,
I
it's
thought you were
long
about to
ago.
say like Corey.
No.
I was gonna be like, okay, well that's not.
Oh, but Corey was in Mexico
I
with
saw
us.
the picture.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
this
was
is
a really
real.
good picture.
And CP was out there. Shout out to
Yeah,
you niggas.
shout out to
But he's like, I've been hanging out with your ex-fiance. And I was like, oh, my God.
Literally.
Literally. And he's like, bro. He's like, I'm sorry. I was like, look, Tyler, it's understandable. She lost like 100 pounds. She thinks she's hot now. I've seen the things she posts on Instagram. She probably thinks she's good at sex and shit. I don't know, bro. Like, that's whatever, man. Like, live it up. And then he pauses for a second, and I hear in the background, what the fuck did he just say? Tyler, you got me on speakerphone? And he's like, yeah, bro. I just saw it. I was like, is she there right now? And he's like, yeah. And she's like, hey. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh my God.
Bro, why don't you lead with that shit? He's not your friend.
What
bro.
time of day was this?
Yeah, right.
And that shit
Why
was
would you
on
lead
a
with that
fucking
shit?
Thursday, which is a school night, because I know y'all got kids, at like 9 p.m.
Why would
They definitely got off of the phone and
Wow.
just fucked.
Wow.
Just absolutely banged each other out.
Nothing turns
no.
me on like
Oh,
talking
no.
to you.
Yeah, that is true. He should have led with like.
Shoulda led with
what
that.
Up, hey, what up, bro? You're on speakerphone, by the way.
So it's one of those things where like when we talk, he's always usually got me on speakerphone, which is fine, right? But you got to tell me. You can't say some shit like that and expect me not to talk shit.
Oh my God.
Here's the other thing about these two motherfuckers, and I hope y'all niggas is listening to. This goes to both of you motherfuckers. One, we all went to prom together. You know who he took to prom? Her first cousin. All right?
Some real Indiana stuff, right?
Right? This is some West Side shit
some
here.
real
I was like, does your cousin fucking know what you're doing right now?
Some real
Right?
Midwestern.
Be ashamed of you.
Right? What if I used to want to fuck your cousin? I didn't get to fuck her. Everybody else got to fuck everybody else. I'm left out. It's bullshit.
That's the real meat and potatoes of this matter. Let's just talk about
They were like, we didn't even
Facts.
think about her. We were just worried about your feelings. Like, it's your cousin. Y'all gotta.
So you called me together, did you?
I mean, look. I mean, you said 2011. I understand it went as far as fiance, so that's like a bigger deal. But like 20, you know, it's
12 years.
It's nice that the courtesy call even happened, right?
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know, like
I appreciate it. It's just weird because it's like
12 years, that shit could have been a text.
we dated each other.
What the fuck? What do I care?
Right.
What do I need to know about y'all for?
All right. I mean, I was gonna find out. He was like, I just wanted to make sure you didn't find like social media or something.
that
And then
would've
I
been
had to
weird.
call him
That's
and be like, bro.
fair.
But it's like this is one of my best friends. I'm his kid's godparent, right? Like we go back to like junior high, and me and her, like it's like two people that I know super well that also know me super well.
I see. I see
it's a
where
lot.
you're at. I see where you're at.
It's too much, man.
It
and
is.
like I don't want to think about it, but I just found out like this week, so it's like on my brain, and I'm like, oh my
That's
God.
funny.
I think the bottom line is more people just need to move.
Yeah, really.
Get out of
Dude,
Indiana, please.
No, not just Indiana, man. I want to live, just not in America.
Yeah, that'd be
I'm
nice.
out. I'm
We're
out.
kind of going backwards here.
I'm out
just a
in.
little
Yeah, like you know, we want to talk about like dystopia and shit. I'm like, we're in it. We're in one. We're in one right now. It's happening.
Have you seen that Pirates of the Caribbean meme? When he's like, you want to believe in ghost stories? Well, you better. You're in one now. But it's like, you want to believe in sci-fi dystopias? You better, because you're in one
Like,
now.
literally,
Yeah.
dude. I just, man. I,
But no, it's not pre-recorded. We're right here looking at you.
nah, yeah, we're
We're looking at you.
We're
Not
live.
us.
I saw this TikTok. This person in the UK was at a grocery store, and there's like an aisle of like imported American candies.
Yeah.
And anything like it has a huge sticker on every single one, even the tiniest candies. Like it has a huge sticker where it's like, this shit is in this thing and it may affect with your child's development. You know, like probably avoid this. Like, you know, so it's just and then it just makes sense, man. Like everything is about capitalism here. And you know, you have the pharmaceutical industry. You have the Food and Drug Administration. It's like they're fucking us up with our food so that they can bleed us dry with the money that we have to spend on medication. And it's not a conspiracy. George Carlin, you know, in an interview once said, like, you don't need a conspiracy when interests converge.
Yeah.
All of these motherfuckers, like, they went to the...
If they have a lobby, they're trying to fuck us over to make more money.
They grew up, like... Yeah, it's just fucked, man. America's fucked, dude. It's a shithole now. I'm out of here.
Yeah, why do
Fuck it, I'm out of here as soon as I can.
What does everyone keep talking about the Roman Empire for? What does that mean?
All right, first off, you're a normal person, so you don't. Well, all right, so the Roman Empire, they did a lot of cool developmental things, right? Like, I'm doing this in big quotes because there's a lot of caveats here. They got like aqueducts and shit, but even like the horse cart that they invented is the reason why train track rails are at the distance that they are, which means that like the space shuttle gets moved on train tracks. So like the Roman Empire, if you look at it hard enough, can be like led to us having parts of our space travel.
Caveman in the wheel kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's one of those like things where people keep talking about it, and like some people are being serious about it, some people aren't.
It
Here's
is a
my
meme.
mild hot take: it's a little bit of white supremacy ish.
Yeah. 'Cause I was gonna say,
I've
I
only
want-
seen
I
white
wanna
people say
see-
something about it.
I want to see how many of the dudes that like seriously are like. I want to know how many of them are like right wing.
Yeah. Well, because here's the other thing.
Molan Labe is like one of their fucking like
God.
mottos.
Like,
I have no idea what that means.
well, will you explain Molan Labe?
It's a Spartan. It's a famous Spartan phrase that they said at the Battle of Thermopylae.
Yeah, Thermopylae.
So it was like when they were getting. It was like I don't. They had a threat of like we're going to take your weapons away, and the Spartans famously said Molan Labe, which means come and get them.
All right.
Oh, okay.
So it's
Like,
it's like a gun thing.
Okay, algebra is some Arabic shit. How often do you think
I probably
algebra got us to
pronounced that
space
way
harder
wrong.
core than the fucking Roman Empire did?
Yeah.
But it's like, I don't know, like no one's like, well, how often do you think about any of the other things that led to modern society? Like, why are we focusing on the Romans? It's just, I find that to be, you know who else liked to focus on the Romans a lot? They were the Third Reich, I think.
Oh, yeah. Well, you know, it is like I understand its importance in human history. I don't think about it at all. For the
Just 'cause you're a
record.
normal person.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but I
yeah.
do understand as far as civilizations go, it's the blueprint for modern Western civilization.
We just recently
Didn't they
figured
get it
out
from the Greeks?
We literally
Yeah. Oh,
just
yeah.
recently
Oh, yeah.
figured out their concrete. We just figured out they're like, oh, okay, that's pretty fucking dope. That's
Yeah.
like they were that advanced that it took us up until like very very recently to fully understand like how their concrete worked.
Like if
Yeah,
they,
Like,
the people,
that's why their structures are still like standing.
Yeah, go to
for
Rome.
for
Right.
the most part. Yeah.
Literally go there. It's amazing. Like
Yeah.
you cannot walk 3 blocks without seeing something that's centuries, if not thousands of years old. It's pretty crazy.
the people who like think about the Roman Empire all the time, like it's like they're putting like a magnifying glass over a very particular part of history.
Yeah.
Even though there's like, oh, what about all the, you know, there's so many other things.
and cherry picking.
You guys ever think about the Iroquois? Like,
I think
They taught us how to find food and shit.
I don't know. I think it's just because it's a working model for civilization that you can like replicate based on its success and its longevity. So I imagine for like historians and politicians and, you know, people who actually think about these things, that it's probably pretty amazing.
I was
But-
mostly dude named Brad on TikTok.
Yeah,
Right now,
because I mean,
thinking about
what like it's aside from it was the English next, right? Like Britain was the next great empire after Rome, I believe, or after So
I'm terrible at history.
anyway,
I
but
mean-
I digress. But the point
Yeah.
is that can't deny its importance. But I think to your point, it's like people romanticize it, especially
I
people.
think
who,
about. I don't like. That's too far. Like I feel like black people. We don't think further than slavery. Like
We can't. Well, we don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
I did a
like-
DNA test. I got
other than that-
Nigeria. That's the closest I got.
Yeah. Other than that, we bring up like African
Well,
culture and heritage that we don't know anything about.
There were black popes though, so that's the thing. There's stuff that's been lost to history.
Yeah.
Like there were black popes.
So why the fuck we got the Young Pope TV show, not Black Pope?
That's a great
That'd
question.
be
I don't
sick.
know.
Him and Black Jesus.
What
That'd
have you
fucking
guys
sick.
been up to for the weekend catch up? Damon, I assume, has been in Colorado.
I have not actually been in Colorado. I just, it was a really nice, very mellow weekend. I was coming off NormieCon and going to the Colts game and like just had so much going on, and it was really nice. Just mellowed out on the couch, played a lot of Zelda. I'm making some progress, so I'm pretty happy about that. But all in all, pretty uneventful. So nothing really to report here. But sometimes those weekends are the best weekends.
Oh my yeah. So yeah, I'm looking to see what I did last weekend.
Did you have to take pictures to remember?
Full, dude.
Yeah, I know. Bria's gonna be so excited that I'm using the fucking calendar right now. Oh my god, it's even got our no spend week on here.
We
This
did go
shit's
to
flying.
What the hell's a no spin?
That
week?
looks
We're not
so
spending any money next week.
overwhelming.
It kind of has everything kind of like there for me though. So like, we went to an acro yoga class last weekend.
That's the ropes.
No. So that's fabrics. Like when we did the aerial silks thing, Bria's been doing because she's working with the lady that runs that and like helping her do some promotional stuff. Acro yoga it's like two people yoga where basically there's a lot of someone's a base and then the other
Yeah.
so someone's kind of bouncing on the other person.
I did that at Dameron's wedding for the first time, actually.
Oh yeah, with Carrie.
Yeah, there was a yoga lady there. Yeah, so
Yeah,
nice.
that's it. Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
But you guys could probably both switch being the base though.
Yeah,
Nice.
yeah. She can hold me.
Nice. That's awesome.
Yeah, it's
That
a lot
sounds
of
like
fun.
really weird foreplay.
It is. Yeah, I can't wait.
It's very
Yeah,
liberating
we're doing
foreplay.
silks and acro yoga for very specific reasons, mainly sex. No, it's not. But we are going again, I believe, Wednesday.
You see, you say that, but I feel like the last time I was at your house, you had really long drapes hanging off the ceiling, and I was like, "What are those for?" And you're like, "It's aesthetics."
Yeah, it looks nice.
Yeah, purely aesthetic.
Mickey, what have you been up to?
Not much.
Didn't you recently put out a video on your own personal YouTube channel?
Oh yeah, I did do that. What was it about? What did I say? Oh yeah, we're talking about the SniperWolf situation. Yeah, I did. I put
Metal
out
Gear
another
Solid 1.
What is that? What the fuck? I don't know what's going on with that either.
What?
SniperWolf.
Oh yeah, okay. I'll fill you guys in. But yeah, I have a solo channel at Mikotsky. If you follow me on Instagram, it's spelled the same on YouTube. SniperWolf is one of the biggest creators on the YouTube platform. She is like YouTube's darling, and she's gone through so many different forms of content. She started and has a controversy in every single one of them. She started out as a streamer, like first-person shooter type shit. She's done cosplay, unboxings, but like her latest niche is reaction videos, which is very close to home for us. But it's not good, meaningful commentary.
She's on some jinx shit from back in the day, right?
She basically just reacts to TikToks. And in a very extremely surface level way. Like, she basically just describes what's happening on screen and doesn't really add anything to the content. But what's worse is she doesn't credit the videos that she watches either. And you're like, well, that's not a big deal because TikToks have like the screen name on screen. There's times where for some reason the editor will crop into the video, thereby deleting that. So they like almost go out of their way to not credit people.
Damn.
And so now you have this other creator named Jax Films, who's been on the platform for like 17 years, and he saw how problematic
your comments suck guy.
Huh?
He used to have videos about how your comments suck.
Yeah, he's an OG. He's an OG, and he basically he sees like how problematic SniperWolf is in general. Which, by the way, let me fill you in on some of her past controversies. When she was doing the whole gaming thing, she was very big about like anti-cheating, and she would like call out other streamers for like cheating and stuff. Until she was caught herself. Basically, people were analyzing like how she's like pressing.
Oh, I remember this. Yeah.
Like the way she was pressing the controller did not match the gameplay. So she had been faking her gameplay like the whole time. So they're like, wow, that's super hypocritical.
Well, to be fair though, that's not cheating. That's just performance art.
But her biggest,
Wow.
But her biggest and most fucked up, and in fact, more things are coming out now. But I think the biggest and most fucked up thing she's ever done is there was a dying kid, and their Make-A-Wish last wish was to meet SniperWolf, and she ghosted them.
Oh my God!
So
When was
No,
this?
it feels like the kid ghosted her. I'm so sorry. I am so sorry.
Man,
We'll
we are
catch you next week, everybody. Thanks for
Right.
tuning in to Talking Normies.
going to hell.
Yeah, I'm surprised the lightning didn't come through the ceiling.
But okay, so that brings us to today. Jax Films is just like very anti-SniperWolf and anti-bad reaction content too. So he makes a secondary channel.
This all sounds so toxic.
Called so SniperWolf is called it's spelled SSSniperWolf.
I was gonna ask because that is way too
Sniper
cool
Wolf.
of a name for
SS
somebody
Sniper
who
Wolf.
seems like such a narc to have.
So there was
Does everybody know Sniper Wolf?
There
Can I just
was
say
also
that?
a
Hold on. Metal Gear Solid 1. SniperWolf's character,
yes.
right?
Oh, okay.
One of the
yes.
there
villains
was
you gotta
also a
fight.
controversy where like her husband, she's divorced now, but like he was running the channel at some point. I don't know much about that, so don't quote me on that. But it brings us to today. Jack Films makes a secondary called Jax Films to be a parody of SSSniperWolf.
Yeah.
So basically, he reacts to her content, reacting to TikToks, and he grades her performance.
Wow.
And it's gotten to and he plays bingo because like she said, it's the same shit every single time. And it's gotten to the point where he can pause the video and predict what she's about to say. And he's often right.
Nice.
But the biggest point of this channel, which no one is reporting on, and it really pisses me off, the whole point of Jack's channel is to credit the people that aren't being credited. So as he's watching her videos, he'll pause and be like, by the way, this creator is here,
That's sick.
Nice.
and do proper crediting. So he's basically, this channel is dedicated to SniperWolf.
He's a
right?
YouTube vigilante. Like,
Yeah, he's a YouTube
that's
vigilante.
kind of lit.
This whole channel is dedicated to SniperWolf, and she has spun that as like, this guy's harassing me.
Yeah. Of course.
So recently, she was like on a shoot, and she was close to his house, and she put up on her Instagram, should I go visit him?
Oh God.
And then she takes a picture of the front of his house and puts in "Let's talk like adults" and puts that to her 5 million plus followers.
Yeah, that's not talking like adults.
Effective.
She doxed his ass.
So she doxed him. And now people are like, well, people have been deplatformed for less YouTube. Where are you at?
Yeah.
And YouTube has been calm.
They're not
silent.
doing anything.
In fact, I don't know if this was a scheduled tweet or if they're like taunting people now.
Well, no. The team that runs Twitter, because I just heard about this too. The team that runs their Twitter aren't the same people that make the rules about who gets kicked off the platform or not. But it is an oversight.
Dude,
Okay.
did you see the tweet though?
Yes.
Yeah, so YouTube literally yesterday tweeted out, would doing a reaction to a reaction video be too meta amongst all of this? And this is like the biggest thing happening on the internet right now.
I was going to say, right?
So basically, she makes far too much money for. I don't think YouTube is going to do a damn thing, and that is
Indicative of the problems that we have in society.
But if they don't do anything about this specifically, that's a dangerous precedence when it comes to like doxing and shit. Because if SniperWolf gets away with it, this is going. Eventually, YouTube is going to have to step in and do something. They don't have the balls to do it right now because they're going to lose a lot of revenue with SniperWolf, which I don't fucking understand how people like her are popular in the first place. It's because her fucking audience is largely 12 years old. And it's just frustrating. It's a frustrating story.
So how long has this been going on? Because my mind is running to time.
I mean, SniperWolf has been on the platform for. She's also an OG.
I guess I mean in terms of this.
this controversy is like a week old.
A week. Okay.
Yeah.
This makes more sense. So what I was going to say is very recently, the NFL has the Sunday Ticket, which is a service that was previously exclusively offered through DirecTV, that now, as of this year, is on YouTube TV for the very first time.
Like when I go to YouTube, I'm seeing football games at the top of my thing as soon as I get done my TV.
Exactly. So my mind is thinking, if there's a business reason why they're not tackling this at the moment, it's probably because the NFL season is early, to midway through, and they are really trying to push this NFL Sunday Ticket, now available on YouTube TV. So probably the last thing they want is some kind of YouTube-centric controversy to muddle the potential earnings that they can get from people signing up for this. And I don't think you understand. This is like $400 a person. Like NFL Sunday Ticket is like a lot of money.
I get it, but I think the way YouTube works, there's so many like segmented communities. NFL is like very mainstream.
But it makes a lot of money. Dude.
No, for sure. But
like,
I don't think the people watching NFL are kind of aware of what's happening.
No. I'm not talking about the audience. I'm talking about the business. The business doesn't want anything in the press about any kind of controversy.
I really don't think that would have any effect on anything, because this is about like a creator clearly breaking like guidelines and like doxing someone.
So this is the same kind of controversy.
I think the thing
X and stuff.
I think that both of you are right, because the one thing that we do know about
they're not.
No, it's just this. When YouTube made a big change, the last real big like sweeping thing I think we saw was like the adpocalypse, and it's because it affected the bottom line. YouTube does not give a fuck
and that
about
was
what
also off
SniperWolf.
Of some bullshit ass Wall Street article.
Yeah,
by some dumb fuck.
YouTube
who didn't know what the fuck he was talking
they don't give a fuck about what SniperWolf is doing. Like they literally, whilst they don't care. Philip DeFranco can't reach his YouTube Connect, and he's been doing YouTube for fucking ever. Like they don't care until they start losing money on it. They really won't. They don't have a reason to look at it, because sure, this is a huge controversy. Sure, she should be deplatformed. It doesn't matter. Like it's gonna literally like 2 weeks from now.
Have to happen to him first.
Yeah. If something terrible happened, then sure. But like right now, they're like, it's just some silly YouTube beef. Like I'm ignoring it. You probably bring that shit to Susan Wojcicki, what the fuck ever, in a meeting, and she's like, okay, next. How many points are we making on the $1 billion deal that we have? Tight.
Yeah.
A sniper what now? I literally don't know who that is. I don't care. Like there's 1 billion people on YouTube.
Yeah.
They only care about the shit that's making them the billions of dollars that they get.
No, SniperWolf is she's one of the biggest earners on YouTube. Like she is so big. Like they constantly tweet about her. She's gonna be a keynote speaker. Like they know her. Like she's YouTube's like
interesting.
She is YouTube's darling. Like,
when YouTube made the jump to having longer form content, and they started courting like all the TV shows and the late night host and shit like that. I'm not saying that SniperWolf isn't big. I'm saying that I think YouTube's focus is like being TV.
Yeah,
they want the late night shows. They want that long form content. They want the YouTube TV, the YouTube Red. They want the football games, right? And so, sure, SniperWolf is huge and doing a lot for them. But what they're chasing after now is being actual TV, and like the YouTubers are the shit in the past. They'll probably always be there because it's the backbone of the platform. But like, what they really want is like, we want the Super Bowl on this bitch, and I don't really give a fuck about the other shit now because my goal is Super Bowl.
To use an analogy, YouTube had a dairy farm. They made this farm. All these cows came in, and they've been milking these cows forever now. And now that they have enough revenue that they saved up from selling all the milk from all these cows, they're like, okay, what other farms can we buy? Yeah. Like, what else can we get that might be better than cattle? Like, what if we get a bison farm? It's
going to shit.
You see what I'm saying?
It's
so like, they're scaling. So I don't disagree. I'm sure that this lady, however many millions, and I'm no doubt millions of followers or subscribers that she has, probably
basically making buku bucks off of stolen content. Like
and that's to your point. That's kind of like a bedrock of theirs. Like the foundation of this YouTube kind of structure, for lack of a better term, and they're just trying to scale up. So of course not. They're not going to pull out a foundational brick at a cornerstone of their foundation. They're not going to pull that out and say, let's get rid of this and rebuild this whole foundation.
Yeah.
Let's get rid of these cows and get new cows. It's no.
Anyways, that's what's going on in the YouTube neck of the woods.
Wow, that's
wild. Maybe that can be a segment.
Who?
YouTube neck of the woods.
Okay.
I could be Al Roker for YouTube drama.
Who else? You're gonna lose a bunch of weight. Who else? Did anybody else watch the movie? I know Spidey and me did.
I did not.
And Dameron didn't know about it. All right. So I want to right now. Here we are at the precipice, getting ready to go into a new season and a new year. I want to just reiterate that the Talking Normies YouTube podcast is officially a movie club podcast.
Yeah.
We're a movie club.
Yeah. Movie club.
All right.
Movie
Our
club,
our segment will always be the movie club.
Yay.
We are a fucking movie club so that we can watch movies and to get a little bit of interactive with you guys. I'm also here to hear suggestions of movies from the fans that we should watch. We're not going to do the wheel thing. I'm not going to do a fucking poll. I just want suggestions, and I'm going to dictate and pick what we're going to do.
I saw this TikTok where this guy was so there was like this scientific study where they...
How about it's hotter than a bitch in here? I'm going to open a window. Sweating my nuts clean off.
You can't. There was a scientific study. It seems a little biased, but they were trying to figure out like what's the scariest movie scientifically. Okay. So they had a bunch of people watch scary movies with like heart rate monitors and shit, and they like gathered all that data.
I like that idea.
And see where like the spikes were. But the thing is like there's only they selected the movies,
Yeah.
So there's the bias. It's But I forget what ended up being number one. I didn't really, because Insidious was number 3, and it's like, come on.
It's got that really good jump scare,
and that's all it was. Like it's that one jump scare skewed the data so much.
Well, I kind of feel like The Haunting of Hill House is like that, because there's a jump scare in The Haunting of Hill House we have it on video. It's become borderline viral. I think everyone on the YouTube has seen it. I don't know if all you guys have seen it.
Hereditary is
that movie.
Terrifying because it's not like it's not jump scare terrifying, but it just like it's like
what's her name, Nikki Coylette, that scream that she does after the kid is gone, like it's guttural. It feels too real. It feels like Toni Collette. Like, what did y'all do to her to make her scream like that?
I was mostly confused watching the movie, and I was like, even the ending, like when like people are like floating up into the treehouse.
It's wonderful.
What do you mean? You don't get that?
What? No, not the getting part of it, but I'm saying like I wasn't like scared watching it, but it was like I was more just impressed with the cinematography and just all the technical stuff. But still, like days after, like that movie just like
sticks with you, man.
It just lingered, and it was just like I did feel like this like presence, and it was terrifying.
Deeply unsettling,
a scary movie.
Yeah. What's that one about?
Hereditary? It's about some hereditary shit.
You should watch it. No, it's not jump scare scary.
It's
really
God,
not.
You should watch
it's not.
Spidey, I will say, as a person who digs horror movies, it does kind of stick with you. It won't scar you, but you will have a hard time not thinking about it.
It's scary just because of like some of the imagery you see. It's just like, what was that? I feel uncomfortable. That's kind of what it was. But okay, one of the coolest aspects of the movie. It's about a family.
No spoilers.
No spoilers. Just a technical piece of this film. There's a family, and like the dad is building this like dollhouse, and there's like a big emphasis on this dollhouse.
It's the mom. The mom is the one making the miniatures.
I'm sorry. Yeah. The mom is making the dollhouse. There's a big emphasis on this dollhouse, and then you start to notice like how the film is shot and the framing and the film itself feels like characters in a dollhouse. Like it's really just well shot. It's really, really good.
They do establishing shots where you'll see the exterior of the actual house, and then the camera is slowly panning in, or vice versa. It'll be the exterior of the dollhouse, and then it slowly pans in, and then once you're in the room, it's the actual house, that kind of a thing. That visual kind of trickery. No, great movie. It's essentially about a family, and title Hereditary, there's something weird about this familial relationship between the mother, the grandmother, and the daughter, the children, or the grandchildren.
It's a good movie, man.
And it's just more so about that kind of like.
Maybe
it's really good.
Hey, if you're gonna watch it, I'll come over and watch it with you.
Did you ever see Midsommar?
It's the one he made after.
Yeah, kinda.
You did?
Yeah. Same vibes.
Same guy, same vibes.
Yeah.
Same guy, same vibes.
So It Follows is a 2014 movie.
Yay, I've seen it.
You've seen it. Yay! That takes place in an anachronistic time. It's kind of weird. These I don't know if you guys have noticed this about some of the more modern horror movies, but they kind of. So, like, in this movie, it takes place in 2014, but, like, the kid's using, like, a sidekick. They use, like, weird phones even. And that's just kind of to give you, like, this out-of-time feel.
Older cars,
like, and it doesn't tell you when it takes place. And, like, I think, one, off tops, that's a kind of a cool thing that movies and TV shows do. Even Archer, to an extent, like, when is Archer happening?
Yeah,
like,
who knows?
You know?
Yeah, it could be the 60s, could be tomorrow.
Right, yeah. Who knows? Yeah. And I like that because it kind of makes it timeless sometimes. And I think this movie does a really good job at doing that. But anyway, if you guys in the comments have seen It Follows, we're now just going to explain It Follows to Mickey.
Mickey's not seen it?
No, Mickey. Well, okay. No.
Who's in it? What's cast?
No one alive still.
Yeah, let me.
How old is it?
Here's the premise. Let me see if I can find the premise for you without giving you the whole plot. Sure. No. Yeah, fine. It stars Micaiah Monroe as a young woman who is pursued by a supernatural entity after a sexual encounter.
Yeah,
okay.
Correct. Yep.
Yeah,
accurate.
So essentially, this guy's like, hey, you want to like fucking hook up? And this girl has sex. And then afterwards, he's like, hey, listen, now that we've had sex, I just got to tell you that I was cursed. And there's a demon following me. And like, it's going to follow you now. And it's always going to be behind you, slowly walking towards you. And if it catches up with you, it's going to murder you gruesomely.
So don't let it ever touch you, but it will constantly be coming after you.
Right? Like if you're sitting still, it's on the way. So pure anxiety.
And it's coming from behind you?
Well, any
direction.
Just any direction.
Literally anywhere.
Yeah. And she got it because she had sex.
Correct. So you
So there's only one way to get rid of it.
So
correct. Yes.
Sexually transmitted demon.
So is this like
well done?
Is this abstinence propaganda?
No.
No, it's just a really interesting
They show this
idea.
in church, be like, you see?
That's how Satan gets you.
Yeah.
No, that sounds like a cool concept. Okay, so
the only way to get rid of it is to have sex with someone
I
else.
would constantly be wearing the sunglasses that have the mirrors so you can see behind you to cover that
Oh, it doesn't stop.
that
No,
blind
dude,
spot.
yeah.
Still coming.
Well, I mean, just to not be caught off guard. Just
Also, it always changes shape. There's only one of them, and it will always look like someone that you know or love.
Yes,
Okay, well,
that's
then you're
another
dead.
indicator.
Okay, well, then you're dead.
Right.
You're dead.
It's somebody.
Well, then you're dead.
Is it? Yeah, it's somebody you've either met, you know of, or somebody that you know like very personally. And so it is. So like for example, and no spoilers, but I believe there's a scene where it's like somebody's grandmother is like slowly chasing them, and they're like, "What the?"
So you just pass this off with sex?
Yes.
Fucking.
Oh, well, then
But
you
if
just goes have sex with someone else.
if the next person dies,
it comes back to you.
Yes. So right, exactly. So basically, if you
got to give it to Usain Bolt to survive.
Right. So assuming that you've slept with somebody that had it, now you have it. You sleep with somebody else. That thing eventually catches up to the person you slept with and kills them. Then it comes right back for you, and you got to go back out and sleep with somebody else.
Huh. Okay.
So,
You just be constantly.
Okay. That sounds pretty dope.
it is. It's got a lot
very
of
good
cool
movie.
set pieces. It's got a lot of cool and interesting ideas. There's a kid who wants to like sleep with the main girl already anyway, but he's kind of like their nerdy best friend. He's like, you could just give it to me, you know. I'll take this fucking burden
He
for
just
you.
wants to get out of the friend zone. So
Right?
badly.
Yeah. He's like, I want to get out of the friend zone so bad. I will risk being murdered.
It was clearly written by a dude.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
dude's
But also-
legit just like, hey, if it really bothers you, that I was,
Right?
I'll take it.
I would dick you down for you.
For you,
Obviously.
baby.
Obviously.
hilarious.
Don't
Yeah.
even worry about it. I got you.
Oh my god.
It's a great movie.
It is, and so I just want to talk about the end of it real quick.
Oh,
and,
it's so good. It's the
and don't
best
worry,
part.
because we're going to get more for the movie club. I do actually have like pointers we're going to want to hit. This is like our kind of last haphazardous one. After this, we will be a little more specific and on point. But Mickey, if you had a sex demon chasing you,
Good boy.
well, hold on.
Yeah, the window's open.
Give us just a moment.
So it was really hot in here.
We had to open.
It was necessary.
Mickey, what is the one surefire way to cover your ass if you have a sex demon chasing you?
Have sex with it.
No.
Mickey, I like your idea. Yeah,
I
you just say,
mean-
hey, I see you following.
Maybe we could be demons together. I could be your assistant.
That's not how it happens.
Don't
It just
No,
goes-
there's no reasoning.
Okay,
or
well,
negotiating.
let me give a serious.
Bargaining.
Let me give a serious answer.
Also,
Yeah.
it's constantly walking.
Let me give a serious.
Never
answer.
runs, just
Towards
walks.
you.
One surefire way.
Yeah, so you have to have sex. You know that.
Unalive yourself.
Okay, another way
I was
other than
literally thinking, fuck a prostitute.
yeah, which is what they do in the movie.
Oh.
Yeah, at the end.
Yeah.
Like, oh,
okay.
just find a sex
Wait.
worker.
Sick. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. That's yeah. I went dark. I went dark.
Yeah, because if you find a sex worker, like, one, I mean, it's very rude to the sex workers, guys.
That is
We
very
appreciate
rude.
sex
It assumes
workers
a
here,
lot.
But would
so
they?
don't- yeah,
Would
but
they? If they're busy enough, would they even notice?
that's see that
Exactly.
like go to Vegas, hit the bunny ranch. I don't know how it.
Yeah,
I actually,
but
all right, time
also,
out.
though,
You
that'd
got to
be-
drive to Vegas because I don't know how it works on an airplane.
There'd be a lot of just.
Oh yeah.
It would just catch you on an airplane. There's
yeah.
nowhere to go.
Yeah. Oh my God.
Yeah, so you'd have to drive to Vegas.
Yeah, you're right.
But once you got there, you hit the bunny ranch, and in that way, if you have like, who's the busiest girl here? Who gets the most clients?
That's a lot of people dying.
No. As long as they
no.
all keep having sex,
Correct.
no one will ever die.
Right. That's the idea. The turnover is what.
Can you imagine this ghost,
Yeah.
this demon's just like, what the fuck?
Right? Yeah.
You infiltrate a sex addiction
Oh, no.
center.
Oh, boy.
And relapse
Oh, boy.
everybody.
How do you infiltrate? You don't infiltrate. The only way
Yeah.
to you just be there.
And
You don't
yeah.
have to
I'd be like,
pretend.
I have
Go.
sex addiction.
I don't think.
I sure do love poon.
Yeah. Here I go.
And then
booming
I imagine
again.
it'd be pretty easy. You just go out to be someone and be like, you don't want to have sex right now.
No,
do you?"
I mean,
Bro,
name a place.
can you imagine getting turned down at a sex? No, I would fuck anything but you.
Crush your soul.
Oh my god.
Oh,
Like,
or
am I
you could
even
go
human?
to like a really big orgy.
That's
I think.
exactly what I was just thinking.
Yeah, a really big orgy with. But here's the thing: you would have to make sure everyone at the orgy.
No, you guys.
Oh, if you do a big orgy and then the last person that has sex at the orgy then goes and visits a sex worker, you should put it far enough away that it would take years to catch up with you. By the time it does, you're a grandpa.
Yeah. You're probably ready to go anyway.
Or you get to an island.
Oh, it doesn't matter, bro. It'll
No,
be a
it's just,
dolphin.
yeah, just keep. Yeah,
It'll just flop up on shore.
Yeah, how
Just be
fucked
like,
up.
sup, and then just roll
'Cause
till
it didn't-
gets to you.
I don't know if it would, because it only walks.
But you
Well,
remember
It can only walk and change shape. We don't know if it's gonna can it drown? Will it just be
No,
walking
they
at
had
the
that fight
bottom
on
of
the beach
ocean?
where
Drown.
it's invisible and it was still fucking them up.
Yeah, but they
drown.
weren't in the water.
Yeah,
I mean, wasn't there like a car crash or like a fire, and it still was? It didn't
it's
nothing.
always on the way.
I mean, it
Nothing.
didn't get shot, but I'm saying like
Yeah, it's yeah.
in the water.
I don't know, dude. I think
What if it gets chewed up by a shark like on the way to me? I feel like I'd be safe on an island
it's
Yeah.
gonna go like
for a little bit because the dude, Mickey, you're gonna get spoiled on a few different things.
How the fuck you gonna get to an island? I don't know, man.
boat.
That's fine.
A boat? It's gonna follow you on the boat.
I've got me a little boat, and it's literally it's constantly walking. And he was like, so if you drive away for a bit, you buy yourself some time
Okay,
to
they
think.
did say that.
So I could go to California from here, and it's got to walk to Cali to get to me. I've got a little bit of time to get on a boat and get the.
What if
fuck
it
outta here.
hitchhikes? You don't know.
That's what I'm saying.
When you're
like,
not
what if
watching,
it
it's on the
starts getting
it's on the
smarter?
bus.
It's just like
It's on a Greyhound.
What if it
I need a
arrives?
job.
It arrives to you with a suitcase that has a whole bunch of like
Stickers, yeah.
on it from like all of his
this
travels.
thing shipped itself.
You're
or
getting
some
like
shit.
postcards in the mail from it from like
7
London,
days.
like Big Ben. Like what the fuck?
We are unfortunately, I think, next month out of Spooky Month. We
What?
didn't really get
What?
I was.
Never
I didn't.
spooky.
As you guys know, I'm not super great at planning, so I missed out on a lot of
Yeah, you were gone.
October.
People were gone.
It's okay.
Oh no! We got the
we did
27th. We got the
Norby
27th.
we
We got
did
the
not
27th.
watch
Spooky
any
time.
movies, so we can watch one more.
We got the 27th. I wanted to watch. I was thinking Elvira.
Okay.
So I've never seen Elvira. Me
Nope.
neither.
Never seen it.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
But it's not exactly a scary movie.
No.
We should watch
No.
Velocipaster.
Oh, Velocipaster. Well, we'll have to save that for.
Velocipaster.
Oh, maybe
that
November
was-
will be History Month.
That's
What does
historically
that got to do
relevant.
with history?
Dinosaurs?
Yeah, dinosaurs are from the past.
Right.
History.
Yeah, there we go.
Okay, so Kung Fury, Velocipaster.
Yeah.
Ooh, I know a good Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving?
For
Okay.
Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Coined by the
Thanksgiving.
normies.
And
Copyright pending.
so
Copyright
the
pending.
question is for next week, I'm gonna let you guys pick. We can watch Elvira, which has themes of the spooky, or we can watch an actual scary movie. TBD.
I'm trying to think of like a Ooh, have you guys ever seen The Descent?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't really want to do a class. Let's do Elvira.
Elvira.
Because I don't want to do a classic scary movie.
Watch The Blob.
That is
The
such a
Blob.
good. Oh, dude, the Blob is fucking
Yeah.
freaky.
Really?
The Blob is
Yeah,
so
or
freaky.
Slither. Is that Slither I'm thinking?
The Blob. There's two versions of the Blob. There's the super old one, which
Like
is like
50s.
black and white. Yeah,
Yeah.
and then we have the
Hollow Man.
80s one, and that one's actually freaky as.
Oh,
get
no. And
Hollow Man's terrible.
It is. But I love it. But I love it.
But Kevin Bacon.
Tina and
But
the
Kevin
T-Rex.
Bacon.
Or
Tammy and the T-Rex.
Tammy and the
Yes,
T-Rex.
Tammy and the T-Rex with Denise Richards.
Everybody do the dinosaur.
And
That's a banger.
Paul Walker.
Ooh, you know how we could make the selection interactive if we come up with like 4 choices on the podcast, but then we put it up as a poll immediately as a community post.
Ooh,
and see.
Okay, we'll start that for next week. Next week, everyone
Ju-on.
watch Elvira. Hold on, let me make sure.
June.
I need your boy
What
needs to make sure that
is-
Elvira is actually on streaming. Elvira.
Oh, man.
If you just ask your phone where you can stream something, it'll just pull it up.
Hey, there's a really crazy,
Okay, there's
scary.
plenty.
There's a really
Like-
crazy, scary virus zombie movie that just came out from like Thailand. I remember doing the trailer to it. It was on Shudder.
Oh.
We will be watching
Why are-
Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
All right, I'm down.
I'm into it. What's the year? Hit us with the year.
She's iconic.
She is iconic. Did you know she had when she was younger, she got grievously burned over like 60% of her body,
Damn.
and her outfit's so revealing, and she just like hides all the burns.
Damn.
I'm looking for the year.
That's
Elvira.
terrible.
Yeah,
I
she
didn't
was
know
really self-conscious about it, but she pulled out. Elvira.
I never heard of it either.
Oh, 1988, baby.
Yeah. Hey,
that's
Elvira.
when- wow, that's when I was born.
Mistress of the
Alright.
Dark.
Yeah, she has pinball machines
Okay,
and
I've
such.
seen this before.
Oh yeah.
Oh, everyone.
Everybody's seen
See,
Elvira.
I feel like culturally, I know of Elvira.
Yeah.
Never watched the fucking movie because it came out the year I was born.
Is
Yeah.
she a vampire?
We're going to find out.
Yeah, she's kind of just like
she's
a
a
spooky
mistress of the
lady.
dark.
Yeah. Mistress
All
of the
right,
dark.
so the plan is instead of watching all of True Blood for next week, we're just going to watch Elvira, Mistress of the Dark.
I would just call
Johnny Blue
Spencer.
Amazon.
What if I turn this into a True Blood podcast? Would you guys hate me?
I don't know. It depends on how good the show is. I've never watched it.
It's
So.
season 1 is good.
I hear that it's kind of like a roller coaster. It's like
Yeah.
like straight,
Once we
straight 90-degree drop.
once we get to witches with machine guns, we've gone too far.
Yeah. Oh man, what was that
machine
one really
guns.
crazy super CGI movie that was like kind of bad good?
Which one? Birdemic?
It was something. I keep wanting to say Hard Candy, but that's a different movie.
Oh God!
it was
oh
something- it was-
Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that movie sucks.
Is that a good movie? Is that a good movie?
No, it's
No,
not.
no.
Oh, okay.
Sucker Punch is it's so boo boo butt.
It
Bro.
doesn't. It,
Oh,
it's
Bro.
very.
dude.
That is the first movie I ever hated. Like ever actually
very appropriate.
was like that. It was the whole thing's a sucker punch. You got punched damn near in the back of your fucking head.
Yep.
Because you were like, oh, this is exactly what this movie's gonna be, and then you walk in and it has nothing to do
When-
with anything
I'm
that
just
you were
like-
hoping.
When Sucker Punch dropped, I was in film school, and that was right after Zack Snyder's. He did 300, and then he
Right.
did
Yeah.
he did Watchmen.
Watchmen.
And like
It was in that
for while
vein.
Watchmen has a lot of its problems aesthetically, I was like I was here for it. I
Yeah,
thought
Watchmen
the
was
Zack
great.
Snyder aesthetic really fit. Watchmen, right?
Yeah,
It did.
Watchmen was
and then so I was
fire,
like,
dude.
and then everybody was like, "Oh, you hear about this next movie? He wrote it all by himself." This was like it was on the M Night Shyamalan shit, where like a
Yeah.
director does like two
Like,
kind,
yeah.
and you're like, "Give him all the money," and everybody in film school was so excited. And I remember it came out, and motherfuckers were like,
After Science.
"What the fuck?" Like
yeah. What is?
people were mad. They were like, "Hold on." So she's in an insane asylum, and then
Yes.
she's getting lobotomized, but also she's dancing. And when she's dancing, she's in the brothel universe. But when she's in the brothel universe and she has to have sex, she can't think about it. So then she fights giant monsters.
Yes.
People were mad. People were mad
But you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, it was shot beautifully.
with way too much slow mo. Yes.
Yeah.
That is hilarious.
But I was, you go into it hoping for, I was like, oh, it's going to be like live anime. This shit's going to be lit. And then it was not. And I'm pretty
No.
sure she let some girl out into the wild. It was just a fucking psychopath that murdered people. So I don't like this movie at all. Or what it's got going for it.
Speaking of super duper bad movies, I've been watching H3's podcast a lot lately, and there's like a running meme on their channel for this one movie called Tiptoes. I don't know if you've ever heard of it.
I have
Nope.
not.
Have not.
I
Probably
have
not,
not.
because the studios that made it want to do everything they possibly can to bury this movie. It's called Tiptoes. I'm gonna make a movie review for on my channel
Sweet.
eventually. But it's got Gary Oldman in it.
Okay.
So this is like a star-studded movie. It's a romantic comedy about like a guy that falls in love with like a little person, and it's like and it's like about a little person family. Only they didn't hire little people.
Oh, even more.
Gary
no.
Gary Oldman is a little person.
Oh,
and,
no.
And he's just walking on his knees the whole
Oh,
movie.
no.
I haven't seen it yet. I've seen screenshots of it, and it's too good not to talk about.
Yeah, that's one you bury.
That one, yeah.
Wow. I think that you've reminded me that I've heard of this before, but I think my mind wrote it off as conjecture. It was like, no, that can't be a thing. That doesn't sound right.
Poor
But,
Gary
oh my
Oldman, dude.
God.
I don't blame Gary Oldman for that. I don't blame him for that.
Hey, he got his Oscar for playing Churchill, and then now he's just doing Apple
He's
TV
just
shows.
whatever.
Gary
I'm done.
Oldman
I'm
is
done.
one of my favorite actors of all time. I mean, if you talk about somebody with range,
Yeah,
that motherfucker played a gangster with braids, and then he disappears into every role.
He's
that
in
he plays.
Leon the
Yeah.
Professional, and he
It's
goes
insane.
So before we
yeah,
finish,
yeah.
I have one last controversial suggestion. There are, I could think of at least 4 films, I've seen one of them, that are probably some of the most controversial movies ever made. Cannibal Holocaust,
Serbian film.
a Serbian film, and then there's 2 more. What if, and everyone's allowed to say no. If anyone here says no, I'm cool with it. But what if for January, we just watch like the 4 most controversial films ever?
I mean,
I've never heard of the first 2.
may as well. May as well.
It's in January though, where it'll be the dregs of winter, and I don't know if anyone wants to watch a Serbian film in January.
Not gonna
What
do that.
is a
Not
Serbian?
gonna do
I've
that.
heard that before. I mean,
I have
I've
too.
always heard people say it and just thought that people in Serbia make terrible
Listen,
movies.
I
Like,
watched
what
it
the
with
fuck
a
is-
friend who was in the army, and to quote him, "I've seen people blown up, and I like this less."
Yeah,
God.
it's just I don't know why it was made. I don't know why it's not.
I can tell you why it was.
I
made.
like. Is it regarded as art by anyone?
Yeah,
Like,
it's about how the
there a
Serbian
point to
government fucked its people from birth to death.
it? And they show it in a very literal way.
okay.
So yeah, I don't know. You know what?
are the
No,
other
even
2
I,
movies?
that
You
movie.
said-
No,
Nah,
you said
I'm
4
not gonna-
movies. What are the
I'm
other
not
2?
go-
There's a ghost.
I'm not
There's
gonna
the
do it.
ghost
I'm not
of-
gonna watch that movie. That's like 2 Girls, 1 Cup. Like I know, I get the gist verbally from people who have described it to
Yeah.
me. I don't need to see it.
What are the
I
other
don't
2
need to
movies?
see it.
Well, Cannibal Holocaust, I've never seen either.
I haven't either.
People, it got banned because people thought it was real. I was just gonna look up some like actual banned
Oh.
films. Instead, how about for January, we're just gonna we'll each pick a B movie.
There's
we'll
a-
get a big list of B movies and we'll each pick one.
If
nice.
if we want to do like
We're
a
watching Master of Disguise. Good luck.
if you
It's not.
if you want to do like a month of movies where it's like gore and like hard to watch movies, I've got some. There's one called Green Inferno. I've not seen any of these,
Yeah.
and I don't want to watch
Green
any of them.
Inferno, yeah.
Green Inferno, Martyrs, the God damn it, it's escaping my mind, but there's 2.
Let's all right. Instead, and to keep it kosher, we will do B movies. Okay, and when I say B movies, I mean it can't be a movie anyone's ever heard of. It has to be an actual B-list movie.
Right.
Like just something. I got a B-list movie I've been wanting to watch, and I've seen a trailer for it 100 times, and it looks really dumb. We're just gonna like
Yeah. Okay.
So for January, unheard of B movies.
Yes.
Let's do a whole month of Sharknado eventually.
Let's not.
I literally would love to do a show.
Okay.
I have to know
Sharknado.
how they made
Sharks in
7 movies.
tornadoes.
There's no way it's bad.
Well, we'll have to find a month for that because February is going to obviously have to be rom-coms. Does it have to be? Maybe that'll be
we do
Sharknadoes.
rom-coms.
I don't
We'll watch
know.
Couples Retreat or something.
Oh, God. 51st Dates.
They came together.
All right. Well, with that being said, Elvira, Mistress of Darkness. That's what we're watching next week.
Watch it.
Elvira.
Elvira.
Where do we
Do it.
stream it? Where?
I
you
found it
on
on
Amazon.
Amazon.
Hell yeah.
God. We're watching
Wanted and Electra.
Wanted and Electra. Now, so those are some damn near
those
B movies.
are some
Yeah.
solid. Hey, Wanted is like the
Wanted is the one,
Wanted
bro.
is like a S tier B movie.
That's
Wanted
shit.
is the entourage of movies. And I
Wanted-
don't mean that as an insult.
Angelina Jolie, right?
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
You see her
And,
butt that way.
um,
And then
and,
that was one of the selling points in the trailers.
What is young Xavier's name?
James McAvoy.
Yes.
Yeah,
he's a
dude,
legend,
he's
main
also
character.
incredible. He's
Yeah,
also an incredible
nails it.
actor.
Yes.
I just remembered one last thing from my airplane ride down to Mexico before we wrap up. One, Cancun's wildly close. I didn't know that. But 2, while we were flying, there was a dude, and he was watching Swordfish on the plane, right?
Oh, no.
Swordfish is one of my
And he's sitting next to me.
I love Swordfish.
And like I keep like looking over. I'm like looking over.
You're
I'm
waiting
like,
for the scene?
Right. I'm like, he's watching Swordfish.
Oh,
Right. I keep looking over. I'm like, all right. And like the last time I looked, it's like, okay, it's gonna happen. So I look back over there. This motherfucker switched over to Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Well, I can't really blame him.
I know. I haven't seen Curb, but I know it's great. I was just like, bro. I'm over here like on this airplane being like, it's going to be the scene from Swordfish. I remember me and my cousin snuck into the movie theater just to see this.
He probably turned it off because he's like, oh, I'm in public.
Right? Bro, straight sauce. Anyway.
Hey,
all right, y'all.
Hey, man. Swordfish is one of the...
I don't know about that.
Such a good movie. What?
No.
Dude,
No,
that's one of the
Swordfish is
best
so corny,
movies.
bro. It's corny as fuck.
Good.
It's so dumb.
It's so good.
I don't think I saw Swordfish.
There's not a whole lot to remember.
They blow up one church, we blow up 10.
Hey, man. What if a guy wanted to hire you as a hacker, but he wanted to see your hacking skills? So he had a girl give you a blowjob while you had to hack a mainframe, and that's your interview.
That's not pressure.
That's one of the...
scene
That's a
in the
key
movie.
point in the movie.
Yes, it's an actual scene. in the movie.
Hold on. Also,
that's
this
real.
hacker is Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
So you know how Hugh Jackman looks like he
John
spent most of his
Travolta
time on
had a
computers.
very-
Nothing about
the
computers.
Don Cheadle.
Swordfish
Don Cheadle.
is the shit.
Let's not forget.
Yo, Star-Studded Cast. I watched
Swordfish
forget.
is
Oh,
incredible.
it came out right after
not.
The Matrix, and they do one of those 360 explosion shots, which is actually really
It's really.
fucking
It's like
sweet.
one of the best parts of the whole movie.
Yeah. Oh, and the other part.
And
Yeah,
then
like-
they helicopter a bus. Dude, it's fucking
Oh, and it's
insane.
practical too. All right, we're wrapping up.
John
We'll see you
Travolta's
guys next fucking week. Go watch Elvira, Mistress of Darkness.
Bye.
See you back here next week.
See
Yeah.
ya.
Goodbye.
Take care of your depression. Winter's coming.